Coming up on Half Mile of Hell.
Every day is just, it's getting shorter and shorter. And we got 8 runs left, I think, and, guys got to make the best of them.
Sort of down and out right now. He needs a little bit of help, so hopefully we can get him the points to get him back into Calgary.
When you're in a pickle, you find out who your friends are.
This guy rears back. Boom.
Some guy just come up behind me and give me a shot in the back of the head.
If you want to fight, well, the way I was raised is you stand in the street and you do it one-on-one.
Pack up and hit the road. Ride hard and play harder. Watch your back and don't give an inch. And whatever you do, don't make a mistake. Because you're about to ride the Half Mile of Hell.
Jimmer.
It's been a tough and busy season for driver Jim Nevada.
Yeah, today's not good for me. Is there any chance you give me a call tomorrow or something?
Between chuckwagon events, Jim has been holding down a new job.
I sell corporate sales for Roper, which is a Western wear company. My job is to find it, supply it, send it. It's rather stressful because you're trying to meet certain dates. Well, some person over in China trying to get you your Western shirt doesn't understand it's got to be here by then. So, Jody, Nevada here. I'm going to bug you at late 11, I'm going to bug you at 9:11, and I'm going to bug you at 10:11 until you call me back.
On top of all this, penalties, bad luck, and problems with horses have Jim sitting 21st in the world standings. This is not where he wants to be.
So you wake up at 3 in the morning, you're thinking something over in China when you should be thinking about your right-hand leader that's in the barn and should you put him on the left or stuff like that. Lots of work, lots of stress.
And ever since Drumheller, the word is that Jim Nevada is thinking about quitting. Quitting wagon racing.
There's more to life than wagon racing. I got a 7-year-old boy out there asking me questions, and I should be telling him in face-to-face, going for a walk down to the fishing pond instead of on the phone on my way to the next rodeo, right?
Dawson Creek. It's stop number 11 on the WPCA schedule and the longest trip of the season. So this week, most of the drivers have left their families behind for the long trek into northern British Columbia.
Shipped from Drumheller on Monday to Grand Prairie straight to Dad's place, and from Grand Prairie to Dawson Creek, and now it's, as usual, a mad rush to get set up so we can race tonight at 6 o'clock.
After a long road trip, the first priority is to get the horses unloaded and fed. The World Championships are only 1 week away. So as the season comes to a close, the focus in Dawson will be about final standings. These last 2 events are particularly important for Colt Cosgrave. How he finishes this year will determine if he qualifies to run next year.
Colt's fighting to get into our tour again. He's sitting 30th or 31st, and we only take 30, and the bottom 6 guys have to go to a runoff in Grand Prairie after the summer's over. So we want these horses to be done after Red Deer and not have to go to Grand Prairie and go to the runoff. So he's fighting to stay in the tour.
There's a horde, the charge is underway.
It's not a good position for a driver, fighting tooth and nail in a sudden death competition over his livelihood. Colt Cosgrave knows that feeling. Last year, he had to go to the runoff, and as he comes into Dawson, he's sitting on the bubble again, in danger of not qualifying.
Every day is just, it's getting shorter and shorter. We got 8 runs left, I think, and guys got to make the best of them.
Carter, can he hang on? Herman Flad will be second by a horse length. Colt Cosgrave third. And Darcy...
Colt will need better times than this. But the predicament has had an effect, and maybe for the better. The wild nightlife takes a back seat. The focus now is strictly on racing.
I need to stay above 30, and pretty much that's it. I just try to, just hang out at the barn here and not even really think about it. And, it comes time to climb in that seat and, just forget everything else and go out and do what I got to do.
Warm the big guy up, he stands good anyhow. You should be fine when you go in the barrel.
Over at the Nevada camp, Jim sees the standings from a slightly different perspective. He should be safe to make the tour again, but he's more concerned about qualifying for next year's Calgary Stampede. The top 22 drivers at the end of the season will automatically make it. Jim is sitting in 21st, but lately he's been running low on horsepower.
There's a lot of age on this, eh? 18, 14, 14, and how old's Cash?
Overworked and underpowered, Nevada once again finds he has his back against the ropes.
Hey guys. You did?
Yeah, I would if you get out there, I'd take it, but I'd just stay out a little bit if you can, make them run around you.
It's the second last event of the season. Jim Nevada has come into Dawson Creek 21st in the world standings. If he slips below 22nd, he won't qualify for next year's Calgary Stampede, one of the biggest paydays of a driver's season. To make matters worse, Jim is low on horsepower. But fellow driver Chad Harden has his back. He's been lending Jim a hand and lending him some horses.
You'll go to the track hard, I'll guarantee you that.
Why are you doing it for him?
Oh, because he's helped me out a few years, sponsor-wise, and he's a friend, and he's sort of down and out right now, and he needs a little bit of help, so hopefully we can get him the points and get him back into Calgary and go from there. Down the road someday I might need a hand too, so try and build a few allies in this sport that helps instead of enemies.
There's quite a bit of it around here. We all actually get along pretty good. When guys are short on horses and things ain't going great, there's always usually someone to give a helping hand. I've always done that outright and stuff like that. So when you're in a pickle, you find out who your friends are.
There's a horn, the charge is underway. Good start right across the board. Nevada KO's the barrel on that number 2 barrel, Duggar.
It's a tough start for Jim. A 5-second penalty is not going to make the road to Calgary any shorter.
Jim Nevada, Ford Construction, disappointed cowboy. Got his top barrel when he made the barrel turn. He's out there running second by a horse length.
For Jason Glass, the only way to go in the standings is up.
We're sitting 4th overall in the world, and I still have a chance to catch Reg. He's winning the thing, but he's got 120 points on us. We can get 36 points per night, so it's going to be tough to catch, but I don't know, it's possible. So there's still 2 shows to win, so it'd be nice to win something.
There's a horn, they're off in a hurry. Stoves are in. Outriders mount up, 4 wagons on the track. Wheel to wheel. Wow, what a start. Jason Glass and Eagle Trucking dropping back half a length on the outside, and now Red Johnstone is closing ground. Headed into the sunset here in beautiful downtown Dawson Creek. Kelly Sutherland on the outside with a nose lead. They're headed to the wire with their wheels on fire. Kelly by a nose. Ray Jr. second. Red Johnstone third. And Amigo Trucking. Jason Glass rolls into me 4th, and he's number 9.
Jason runs wide all the way around the track, and it'll cost him. His chances of catching Reg Johnstone now are looking pretty slim.
Yeah, I should know better. My dad tells me every time I run out there, it's not going to work, and I know I shouldn't, but when they start and turn as hard as mine do, I'm so far ahead of those guys going in the first corner. It's, by the time you pull and make them slow down that much and they go by you and you drop down, you've taken so much off them, it's hard to get them running again. My own fault. Drove stupid. They worked great. Damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't sometimes.
With most of their families at home, there's plenty of time to kill before the racing begins on day 2.
What's that?
It's my Ronnie Cosgrave judge cover. See the resemblance? Pig's ass.
So it looks like another good day to hit the fairways. While Jim Nevada heads off for a quiet round, some of the outriders and barn hands choose to work on their swing.
All day with that little peanut head. That's over too. Why couldn't I do this in Drumheller? Quinn, did you get that big driver of mine? The toaster, the big onion. If you don't make it past 150, you're dropping your pants and hitting 5. You're gonna overswing like this. Jack Nichols, eat your heart out. Well, and over the driving range here, we're betting money for long bowls. Well, that got boring, so some guys had this brilliant idea. Let's see if we can get them over the net onto the road. That got boring, so we decided to take the tractor out for a little rip.
Sure you can drive that? Oh, that one went. Hey, look at that!
Yeah, them gunsels, they got me a few times. They're coming at you pretty fast. They make a lot of noise when they hit that steel cage, too. Right there. Jeez, I'm getting tired.
It's one thing for Joe to take a few shots from the boys on the driving range, but it'll be much more serious when he becomes an unsuspecting target in a nightclub brawl.
Welcome back to Dawson Creek, and we're broadcasting for night number 2, Battle of the North of the Peace Country. We're on the Chuckwagon Radio Network.
With only a few runs left in the season, Colt Cosgrave is fighting to hold his spot on next year's tour. He's getting lots of help from his cousin, Jason Glass.
Good old Maxie, he wants to be my... What you do, buddy? Yeah, you're ready. You're ready. I help him all I can. I'll do whatever I can for him. It's stressful. I mean, if you go to the tour or runoff, you don't know if you're going to make it. You know, there's tons of guys borrow horses, this and that. So it's very important. The pressure's on. He wants to make it in and continue with us.
It's a challenge that has caused Colt Cosgrave to rethink his methods.
Horns sound and they're off in a hurry. Good start right across the board.
You know, I've kind of been in this position for the last couple of years, and you know, I gotta get out of there somehow. And you know, probably the bottom of a whiskey bottle ain't the answer.
Now Herman Flatt says, "Get over, kid. I'm coming through."
I have no problems with the horses. Both outfits are working great. You know, as long as I can go out there and drive them every night, you know, I have no doubt that we should be there.
Looks like it's going to be Herman Flatt by a nose. Darcy Flatt second. Colt Cosgrave third, and Shane Carter.
It's another third-place finish. Still not good enough to guarantee Colt another season.
Well, weird and slow is about it. Hung out too wide and didn't have the run.
For Jason Glass, the world title is out of reach. But barring any major mistakes, he is still in line to finish somewhere in the top 5 for the season.
There's a horde and they're off in a hurry. Stills go in, Outriders mount up.
So with the pressure now off, the focus is on good, clean running and maybe having a little fun.
Kelly and I come off the barrel side by side in the back there, and he was on the inside of me, so I yelled at him going into the first corner.
And he hollers at me, Kelly, go down to the rail there, let me run a little bit. So
right away he started pulling and went down, so I kind of laughed there, and then in the second corner he yelled back at me, and I think he said, "Is that far enough, kid?"
Kelly has raced against 3 generations of the Glass family.
We jived back and forth a little bit all the way down around the corner there, and when I turned for home I said, "Jay, let me out of here now, let me out so I can do some running."
Kelly Sutherland and Jason Glass closing ground as they round the final turn and head for home.
It's kind of fun when you can pull up and go in behind and then have some gas coming down the home stretch and go to running again.
Ray Prado Jr. dueling it out with Rex Johnstone. He'll get there by a horse length. Rex Johnstone second, Kelly Sutherland third by his neck.
I guess we dead heated, so he didn't outrun me, but he come very close.
I don't know, it's just fun when you can chat it up out there and have some fun with it once in a while.
Oh boy.
Whoa, boy.
There's a horn, they're off in a hurry. Buddy Ben Miller, Majestic RB's up. Here comes Mark Sutherland from the outside. Troy Dorchester is going to steal the rail away from his neighbor. Buddy Ben Miller, the Newberry Rocket, about to fire at the finish line. And in heat 9, punters to the top barrel.
A flurry of great action continues on day 3 in Dawson Creek.
Surrounded by a posse of outsiders, and Lodge motor in. Colt Cosgrave rolls in to be fourth in heat number 2.
Colt Cosgrave continues his struggle to stay alive on the tour.
Marjorie, Jim Nevada, Boring Construction on the outside, and here comes Tyler Helming, Dawson Co-op on the inside, Lane McGilvery second, Jim Nevada third by Anek and Duggar, by B&R Eccles fourth. Over the wire.
Jim Nevada continues his fight to save Calgary. The race to the end of the season is turning out to be a fierce battle, but the bloodiest conflict is yet to come, and it won't be fought on the racetrack. Mornings around the barns are pretty typical. It's a time to do chores, prepare for another day of racing, and for some, a time to recuperate from the nighttime festivities. But nobody was prepared for the war stories that would emerge from the wee hours of the night.
So anyway, I'm in the bathroom. This is how this whole thing started. Bathroom door. So this girl comes in the bathroom. We're in the bathroom. There's like 4 or 5 guys in there. She needs to use the washer because the girls just packed lineup. So I open the door and let her in the thing. And some guy starts peeking her and lipping her. I says, "What's that?" Big deal. Who cares what bathroom she's in, right? So then he's like, "Whatever." And then he said something to me, and then he left the room. So I just left the bathroom and I went outside.
Well, I come out of the bar. Some guy just come up behind me and give me a shot in the back of the head. And that was it. I was down.
And she ended up on the ground, and they started kicking her, so I went over to help out.
So I just dove over top of her because everybody was frickin' running and people were kicking. And
Joe jumped in when Carol got knocked out there and
got me on the ground and started kicking me in the face.
He had 5 guys on him, stomping him. And
it's supposed to be broken on the cheek right in here. So I guess all they can do is put a little plastic in or a couple plates.
I pushed one guy over the hood of a car that kicked Carol.
This guy rears back, boom, hits me once, comes back again, boom. Every time he hit me once, I went like this. He hit me again, I went like that. I said, "Is that all you got?"
Everything kind of separated, and these guys went and got they got pipes and spades out of a truck parked close by, and they hit a couple guys over the head with spades.
God damn it. We gotta get in the doctor. Yeah, we're going right now.
Blood everywhere, cops everywhere. I think there's 4 people laying knocked out, 3 ambulances.
I got hit in the back of the head with a shovel last night at the bar.
How you feel?
Not bad.
You know, instead of bringing spades and pipes to a fight, obviously someone's gonna get killed or hurt bad anyway, so.
If you want to fight, well, the way I was raised is you stand in the street and you do it one-on-one. You don't hide with weapons or get 4 guys to attack one guy. And you never hit a girl.
Just one big family. If you need backup, you got it. Everybody helps each other. That's what a family's for.
And then I heard this morning that somebody hit this guy in the head with a shovel. Who'd he hit in the head with a shovel? Ooh. Little sore? Did you get stitches?
Yeah.
How many? That's wagon racing.
It seems laying low and staying focused on wagon racing has kept Colt Cosgrave out of a nasty situation.
They were in some pretty big storm last night, so she was pretty ugly. The guy never wants to be in the middle of one of them, but I haven't really been feeling like going out and staying out too late too much. I just gotta kind of have a clear head, hopefully at night, and I just gotta stay clean, run fast.
There's a horn and they are off.
For Colt, the most important fight is still out on the track.
An impact as he heads up the middle of the racetrack with Colt Cosgrave, the Hand Hills area rancher, started driving back in 1997, following in the wagon tracks of his late father, Richard Cosgrave. Colt has got him lined into that backstretch run. Colt Cosgrave out in front by 2, drops the Smithfield hat in the middle of the track, and he'll get this rascal by 2 1/4.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Should be pretty good. Outrun everybody by 2-3 seconds. So, we had to have a clean night. Hopefully pass some of them guys in the average and gain them extra few points. So now you just gotta kick back, have a beer and relax and wait till everything's done and see what we ended up.
By the end of Dawson Creek, Colt will still hang on to the 30th and final position on next year's tour.
Tucker Mine will close ground to be second. Lane McGillivray will be third, and Jim Nevada, Boring Construction, rolls in to be fourth in heat number 4.
Jim Nevada will slip 3 spots into 24th. The World Finals in Red Deer will be his last shot at making next year's Calgary Stampede. The Battle of the North. For many, this event will be remembered as just that. A far-off adventure, a fierce conflict. Thankful that someone is there to watch your back.
Yeah, I guess that was all right. Hell of a truck.
Coming soon on Half Mile of Hell.
Everything's close, so it's going to be down to the wire. I couldn't hold them anymore. It's like they just went.
They say everything I've touched turned to proof.
Well, this is the biggest night we've had in the last 10 years. This could be a matter of us running next year or retiring.
It's a big night. Pretty exciting. Now the pressure's on.
If somebody happens to screw up, they're pretty much done.
There's a horn in the Kendall pipeline. $10,000 dash for cash is underway. Kelly Sutherland on the inside. Ray Jr. sandwiches in the middle of him. Kelly Sutherland, Ray Jr. Kelly Sutherland comes back. Too close. Kelly Sutherland by a nose. A check in the amount.